Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on the YouTube account and we are going through the brand new thrilling voyage. Wanted to go through here, wanted to clean this out. Now this one, of course, is the Windswept Rescue. This is the one that is around the new beast that we just picked up. Now going in here, I'm going to cover 3 different formations in here that we're going to be utilizing depending on the heroes that you have built. Now, of course, if you have variations, and this is very important, go ahead and drop them below, because in addition to this is, as you can see right here, we do have access to all of our dragon heroes, and you don't have to have the hero built out. So we're going to put in the awakened version of Chimera. Again, very, very basic. Even if you have one single copy of the awakened version of Chimera, it is going to give you this almost fully maxed out copy of Chimera, which is pretty broken. So first formation, we're going to put Chimera and Ivan in here. Very, very strong combination. We're going to put Palmer in here with Scarlet and Neve. Now, of course, this is pretty broken, especially because of the burst damage that Scarlet puts in here. But we're also going to put Neve in here, and this is going to run the Seal. Now, we know in a lot of different game modes, Slumbering Seal is absolutely broken in here. So this is going to be the first formation that we're going to be utilizing. And again, I want to show you 4 of these. So let's go ahead and speed this up. Now, remember, getting through this game mode, not incredibly difficult, again, because you do get the heroes fully built, but you can also see we are fighting the Draconic heroes, which I do like. You get a lot of diamonds in here, a ton of resources in here, which is the reason why you do want to really stress this one and build this one out. Second formation, we're going to drop these heroes out. We are keeping Chimera in here, and this time we are going to go with Jerome in here versus putting Palmer in here. This is going to go with the old but very, very true, running Liberta and running the awakened version of Athelia, and then, of course, running Demia. Now, the 3 of these together, looking at Liberta, looking at the awakened version of Athelia, and looking at Demia, of course, are some of the most broken heroes that we have in AFK Arena. We are also going to keep the Slumbering Seal in here again, which works incredibly well within the formation. And again, once you go through here, I know you don't have unlimited attempts, but they do give you a lot of attempts that you can actually go through this game mode. Right there, we have 78 more attempts. There we go. Go ahead and watch your back. Now, last one in here, we're actually going to, again, kind of switch this out a little bit. We're going to swap out a couple of heroes. Now, this is running Lucilla and Liberta. We know very, very strong combination together. And we're going to run Tiny Tank in here. That is right. Naruko is making an appearance. And then we're going to do Ivan again. So you can kind of see the common thread. Now, the difference with this one is with the Beast, we are actually going to run the Fox Fatale in here. So throwing in the Fox for the crowd control aspect within this formation. These are the 3 that I'm going to be kind of running through, making sure we can make a lot of progression. Now, if you have different formations for different stages, especially when it starts getting to the more difficult ones, you can go ahead and drop those down below. But again, looking at kind of the basic formation, you can get all the way through where you need to. Now, when it comes to the Sandswept Rescue, the beast rearing up here, you have to do this within essentially the first, I believe, 28 days, maybe 30 days. You have to complete this, or these rewards specifically will disappear. You will still have the rewards down here, of course, that you can get with the star rewards, but the extra rewards for the beast rearing are going to be completely gone, which is the reason why I say you have to focus on it very, very early, because it makes an absolute game-changing difference in here. Now for this, I am going to change this up, and again, we're going to kind of run the old school one that we're running. I believe this might even be the formation that we were actually running last time. So again, very similar. I'm running Ivan in here, or excuse me, running Jerome in here. Now, of course, with Jerome is going to buff everybody up super fast. And then, of course, another very broken hero. Running Demia in here allows your heroes to literally stay alive when they shouldn't, when they take enough damage to essentially die out in this game mode. They're not going to die out because of Demia's ultimate ability. So again, it's a little bit of a cheat code when it comes to Demia. And if you run Demia in formations, in campaign formations, in a bunch of different places, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And again, that is why she's also probably, you know, the second placeholder when it comes to having heroes that need to be built out really big priority. Behind Liberta, honestly, Demia or Lavatoon are probably number 2 or 3. But overall, again, with the kind of cheat death that Demia does do, it works super, super well. But even if you're running a lot of different game modes, if you have a couple awakened heroes, even running Rem, a lot of players do run Rem and Amelia in here just for really the boost. You can drop Leica in here. You can drop a little bit of support. There is a literal ton of formations that you can run in here. But of course, we go in here and try to figure out and try to build out kind of the ones that we that we can kind of run through the fastest and make it somewhat of the easiest, because when you start getting into the multiple stars within the multiple teams, it does get a lot more difference. Now, I'm not remembering off the top of my head if you have to finish all of these 3 stars, but I don't think you do have to finish all of these out with the 3 stars. Now, of course, going in the game mode, guys, this is another mode very similar to a lot of the other ones, where when you go through, you finish out the content, you're done with the content, you don't have to come back to it. It is not something that is going to buy a lot of time. It is not something that you're going to dump a lot of AFK Arena time into. That is the reason why I love coming in here, running through this, being done with this, and literally checking it off my list. Very similar to the Misty Valley, very similar to the Temple Rift once you hit 300 floors, or going through looking at some of the other game modes like the Legendary Epic Adventures, and also looking at the Voyages of Wonder, the Peaks of Time. When you go in here and you complete them, that's it, you're done. You're done. You don't have to circle back around. You don't have to get back into it, which is the reason why, again, I kind of really stress finishing these out ASAP, because it's going to give you the ability to build a lot of the heroes that we have. And of course, having 5 new heroes with our Draconic heroes is really, really big, guys. You need just an absolute truckload of resources to build out these heroes. Now we know in the events we are getting a considerable amount of loot. We're getting copies of Hildwyn. We're getting copies of a bunch of different heroes. But overall, it's going to require just a crazy amount of resources if you're looking to build them out, because even for instance, we built out Nyla. Nyla does have the 9 of 9 furniture already. We have the 60 engraving. We also did go ahead and build out the plus 30 signature item. And again, at this point, we're pretty much done with her. We can kind of leave her alone, move on to another hero, and continue to rinse and repeat when we're building out these heroes. And as you can see, doesn't take, again, an incredible amount of time, but we're also getting the diamonds in here. Now, the diamonds question came up when we did our live stream yesterday about going in there and running, or should we be using all of our diamonds for the Draconic heroes? In my opinion, guys, it's probably worth it for Nyla. Honestly, to get a copy of Nyla, it might be worth it. Very similar to like a Celestial or a Hypo hero. But overall, putting a lot of diamonds into them, I don't think right now, just because it's really early, would be super beneficial to really build out or really go in there and just go full tilt, putting everything in there. We have to see exactly where they make an impact, exactly where those heroes are going to be built. Now, unfortunately, we do lose Jerome in this one. And again, looking at the couple different formations, Jerome died after he buffed players, or the heroes up in our formation. Number 14, I believe we have to get through 15. I think right now 15 is the goal. Now, of course, we have Bron in here. Unfortunately, a little bit disappointed with the hero. If anyone stands in his way, especially right here, like the Awakened version of Shamira, Bron, unfortunately, will not ever hit the finish line. He'll be dead long before he ever gets there, unfortunately. And just like that, Bron goes down before he can get to that finish line. That's the reason why a lot of players are not too impressed with him. But also looking at the dancers, so looking at Adrian and Elise, again, not seeing a ton of play. Little bit if you have them at a 40 signature item, but short of that, not really used anywhere. And you can see, guys, this team is just kind of melting through a lot of the different parts. And I want to see if we can get through some of this content just using the exact same formation. And the last couple times, if I remember the last couple times that we have done this, it has pretty much been the same formation. Again, just kind of thinking about it, remembering back, I think a lot of it was just kind of running this exact same formation through a lot of content. So 1, 2, 3, there we go. Upon winning the battle, all allied heroes alive have their remaining health average higher than 50%. Again, that's another big benefit from running Demia. So even looking at a hero, Liberta can heal, Demia can keep them alive. Jerome, of course, the shielding and the healing aspect, getting these heroes buffed up. If they can't die, chances are the HP is going to be pretty good, because again, you have Liberta in this formation that is going to be healing. So, and even if we don't go through and we actually don't finish it out with kind of what we want, we can go through here and we can actually double back and just continue going through these game modes and making sure, again, first clear gives you 200 diamonds. So you figure 15 stages at 100, that's another 1,500 diamonds. And then looking at the end with 200 each, that's going to be a considerable amount of diamonds as well. Just kind of clearing through this game mode. Boom, 1, 2, 3, there's our diamonds. And even there's 24 of 33. I don't think we have to get through all of them. Again, I think this might be the one where we don't have to actually get through all of the game modes to go ahead and finish this out. Now, in addition, I'm going to be putting out some of the shorts for some of the Draconic heroes. We know they need to be coming and how to kind of build them. So that is coming down the pipeline with those shorts that we've done with the hero creations. So if there's anyone you want to see, definitely let me know. I think this, we're going to miss out on our last star. But again, guys, I'm in here for the loot. I'm not in here, and I don't think we have to maximize all the stars. If we do, we can circle back around. We can actually try these a couple different times, see if we can get them done, because right there, guys, Jerome goes down as well. But I'm almost positive that we don't need to, that we actually don't need to finish this out with all of our stars. We do so many of these. Even there's 28 stars, so we need another 5 stars. And then we can go ahead and finish this out. And of course, we do want to finish all of the stages. Now, again, if we're going in here and we're not actually building out or getting all of the stars, we 100% want to finish out all of the stages in here for the simple fact that those stages are going to give us the diamonds. Don't want to miss out on the diamonds. Don't want to miss out on those summons that they're going to provide, which is really huge. Now, of course, one single target. If a target has immunity, it makes it really hard to get through. Sometimes just because, again, you got to kind of bide that 5 seconds. 3 away, and at 22, I'm going to have to see. We might have to switch out some of the formations, getting Naruko in there, getting Ivan in there. Again, just kind of changing it up a little bit if we're not scoring 3 stars. But even that stage, guys, we just burned through that stage. Boom, that gives us 33. That's it. We got all of our loot in here. I'll collect it up in just a minute because, again, we want to get at least very minimum 1 star. I know a lot of times we get to this very last stage, and this is the one that's usually almost impossible to get 3 stars. But right there, Demia just casted the ultimate ability, meaning the targets aren't going to be going down. It's going to be a real slow burn, of course, with Shamira and the way that she works. To get the rest of these targets down, we need Demia to ult. But Shamira, again, average, we got the average there. Stage 24, and I think this is the last stage. If I remember correctly, again, I'm not going to go in here. I'm not competitive for our 60-day frame that you get in there. I don't go in for the regular frames or the little banners, the little things on the bottom of our avatar. I'm not concerned with it. If it doesn't have any long-term benefit to building up heroes, I don't build it, and I don't really much care for it. Even the competitive nature of some of it, if the rewards are not there, I'm not doing it. And Runaway already bored. I think 25 is the last one. I think 25 is the last one, which, look, we have Aethys and Hypos. This might be tough. We have Kelthin in there. Mizoth, even as old school as Mizoth is, guys, Mizoth is still very, very tough to deal with because of the crowd control aspect that he provides. Now, of course, Aethys in here. Jerome is buffing everyone up. And I love how Jerome works, guys. And I think we went ahead and picked up 3 stars on that one as well. Boom, we can try again, which there's no reason to try again. Let's scoop up all of our resources out of there. Boom, that is 10 cards. We have 10 of our time emblems. Also a lot of other resources, picking it up, all 33 stars. Then, of course, the beast rearing, the exact same 120, almost 2,000 diamonds out of there. So you figure 2,000 out of there. We got, what, 1,500 here, plus the other, what, 10 stages in here for another 2,000. Yeah, that's a big, big 12K buff right there. Now, to finish this up, guys, I also want to hop in here. We have 30 copies. We are trying to get a copy of Kelthin. So I'm going to go ahead, and I don't want to use any of my diamonds in here, but we are still using all of our cards for Kelthin, and there's a copy, putting us 1 away. We need 1 copy of Kelthin, and then we will be able to put a star on him. And then if we choose to build him up a little bit further, we can definitely get him there. Let's see if this is going to be it. Boom, no copy of Kelthin, but that's okay. We're 1 closer. Again, we're saving our diamonds for the dragons. So guys, that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.